Welcome back, everyone, to the final episode reactions to the last 4 remaining episodes of Tatsuki Fujimoto's 17 to 26. Let's just get started. And first up, we have episode 5, Mermaid Rhapsody. Animated violence? Oh no. Are we actually going to follow mermaids? I assume so, probably. Is this Atlantis? No, probably not. What? Where are the subs?
Dad?
Ah! Why is it in English? The art style looks a little familiar. I don't know if it's reminding me of Look Back or if it's reminding me of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Whoa, there's some cool jumping animation. What a strange story or premise. Oh my god, it's a big fish. Or Himiko Toga. Oh my god, is that his mum? Or sister? Or are they just completely unrelated? I have no idea what type of story this is going to be. Okay, another love story, maybe? I like these fish. I don't know why. Maybe the way they're animated, like CG style. This feels so like, I don't know, directionless? I don't know, it's interesting. He's in love. Now, is that his mum? Is that going to be the reveal? There's no way, right? It would be a very Fujimoto thing. Oh my god. Why is he injured? Did he kill her? Oh wow. That's very sad. What an interesting world. Little mermaids in the having school uniforms and underwater castles or like houses or stuff. It's interesting. Uh-oh. She's gonna die. Oh my god, what is it, a time travel story? Oh my goodness. He can relate to his father for the first time in his life. I love the music. Oh my god, I wouldn't dive in. Jesus. Where's risking his life? The song feels so familiar, but I guess I just know it from the beginning of this episode. But it feels like I've known it for so long. I feel like this would be so different in a manga where there's no actual music, you know? Oh no, is someone gonna save him this time? What? Oh, I can't believe this. This is crazy. Is it gonna be like a cheating storyline? Aww. Jesus. Bro's got a whole army of women that are in love with him. This is funny. So, is this like meant to be his mom, or is it meant to be like, I guess just reminding him of it? Okay. Alright, so that was an interesting episode. Very different from the first 4. Much less comedic, I suppose. Much less, a little bit, still a little absurdist, but not really. Like, much more grounded, or like, at least grounded in typical, like, fantasy tropes, I suppose. Of like, look, we have mermaids, and we're gonna fall in love with a mermaid, you know, kind of. It's probably my least favorite of the bunch. I know initially, right, like, for the first, like, half or something, I was quite uninvested. Or I was like, oh, I'm curious where this is going, because it feels a little bit directionless, and I don't know what was happening. I think when he got bit in the ear and like got attacked by the shark and like that, I think that was more interesting afterwards. I was much more invested in like the storyline and the characters and stuff. But I really don't have much to say. I don't know. It was fine. I found it very funny when he had like a whole army of women who stood in toward the end. But to be honest, there's not really much else. The thing I'm the most curious about for this is like, I feel like music is like such a big part of this, where it's like just constantly playing that song, and there's whole scenes where we're just like listening to him to play the song. And what would that be like for a manga? I feel like there's gonna be very different appeals for like as a manga versus an anime. I have no idea. I don't have much to say. Let's just move on to the next one. So now we have episode 6, Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome. So I'm excited for this. Let's see. 20 to 25. 24? Is this part of it, or is this like a meta thing about the Fujimoto 17 to 26. Oh no, it's a year. Okay. So the year 2000? Or is that a studio thing? I'm so confused. I don't know what that was. I have no idea. I'm gonna assume that's the year. We're in the year 2000. Look at these colors. My goodness. This reminds me of words bubble up like soda pop. That like style and saturated vibrant, not vibrant, I guess, saturated colors maybe. Or maybe vibrant. That might be a better word for it. Very detailed backgrounds. Oh my god. They're a girl. What on earth does it say? Oh, here comes the girl syndrome. Cool, I already like it. I like the style. I love this. I love the colors. I love the directing. I like everything. The backgrounds. Oh my goodness. Wow. It is what it is. Jesus. Just physically. Tamagotchi. This makes sense if it is set in the year 2000. Uh-oh. Rip. I love this. I love the premise. That's just the way it is, true. What cool colors. Oh my god. Whoa. This is definitely the best one visually so far. It's not even close. How have I never seen a story like this before? This is like, it writes itself, you know? My goodness. Huh? Broke the TV. Of course they have a couple contract. I love this random show with music. Man, the reflections in the eye look so good. Did her chest feel warm? Oh my god, I didn't know what I was expecting. Where's in a Squid Game outfit? What a pose, I love it. So many sharp lines of like shadow, it's so interesting. Like throughout the whole episode. Wow. How ironic. No, is that it? That went so quickly. What a great song. I like this song. So that was a fantastic episode. That is probably... Actually, I don't know if it's my favorite. Now that I've had, it's been a while since I recorded the last reaction video. My favorite's probably Sasuke Stopped the Bullet, I think, so far. This is probably my second favorite, potentially. I don't know, I like the vampire one too. Basically, these are all been pretty good. I think the mermaid one's probably my least favorite, but... This is like... Okay, there's a few things. Obviously, I like raved about this, throughout the reaction. I don't know how much I kept in, but... I love the visuals. Visuals of this is fantastic. After stopping the recording and then I looked it up, like who directed this. This was directed by Kazuaki Terasawa, who is the Ancient Magus' Bride Season 2 director, which is interesting because I've seen Season 1. I thought Season 1 looked really good. I haven't really had too much interest in watching Season 2 of The Ancient Magus' Bride, but this convinced me more so to watch it, if there's going to be interesting directing things like this. So that was really cool. Specifically, I pointed this out at one point, but like, there's so many moments, and I was like a manga thing, or if this is like a directing choice thing for the anime, where they have like half the page or like half the screen in the anime is like a different color, or like a different shading, where it's like there's a very harsh shadow like horizontally across the screen or like diagonally across the screen. It's like really interesting. I don't know, really cool. But yeah, visually amazing. Premise, I love it. It's fantastic. Waking up as a girl, what happens? I've just never seen something like this. Now, I guess obviously I've seen many things where like someone wakes up like the opposite gender. Obviously, Your Name famously. But I've never seen one with such grounded consequences. It explores like a few things. Like it's obviously very short. It's like 10 minutes or something, I think. But it has like what happens to your girlfriend now that you wake up as a girl? What happens to your schoolmates? Like, what are they gonna think? What happens to your friends? Like, are they gonna all ask to have sex with you? Because you're one of the boys. Now they want to have sex because you're a girl. What happens to like what if you have a new love interest? Oh my goodness. So it's all very grounded, and I like the conclusion. This guy is like living more like a boy now that they're physically a girl. I don't know. It's cool. So that was really good. I like that a lot. What an interesting story. But let's move on to the next episode now. Episode 7, Nayuta of the Prophecy. So this is the one that I have heard the most about, in that I don't know a single thing about this, except I think the main character is called Nayuta, and I only know that because there's a Chainsaw Man character called Nayuta, and I think this is like where the name probably came from. I've just been looking forward to this. I'm so curious what it's going to be about, or if it's going to be any good, or if I won't like it, or I don't know. Let's see. Okay, very Chainsaw Man. Very Chainsaw Man. She ate a cat. Is that a cat? Oh, rabbit? Rabbit cat? Okay. Damn. Can't speak English? Or like Japanese, I guess? Oh my god. Okay, this is a very interesting premise. Whoa, what a... I love this song. That was really cool. I wonder what she's prophesized to do. The end of the world? Okay. Arrest them! What are you doing? Oh, she's so tiny! How would she destroy the world? I love the... I don't know what you call it. Like the choir... Not choir, like the weird, like... chanting? Like singing? Wow. Kenji, Denji... True. She is reading, so she understands. What has she eaten? Okay, just some birds. I mean, she's just eating animals, right? This guy probably eats animals too, right? I wonder if it'll be an opposite of Chainsaw Man. I won't spoil it until the discussion, but like about nature versus nurture, basically. The parallels to Denji and Nayuta are like crazy. It's interesting she can't mimic. You have to understand her to love her, right? Oh my god, she doesn't need this many things. She can't eat all this. Maybe if you raise her to be good, you know, she won't destroy the world. Or maybe the point will be that nature is too powerful, and she will destroy the world regardless. What can she write down? Or is she drawing? Maybe she's just super hungry. Oh, the music's so good. Wow! She can communicate. Gomen nasai. What direction does she go? Is she gonna kill herself or kill other people? Kill her brother. To put him out of his misery. I suppose kill other people. Nayuta. Oh. Oh wow. That's very cute. But is he understanding her correctly? Whoa! I love the colors. I love this visual. Very Revolutionary Girl Utena. What a cool visual. Yes, kill the old lady. Wow. Go give her a hug. Uh-oh. Oh, how cute. Wow, what a cute conclusion, my goodness. I guess they're on the run. No? Is she gonna say no? A little bit. Oh. What an interesting episode. The music's so good, man. So that episode, by far, I think of all the episodes I've seen so far, gave me the most to think about. Which is interesting, you know? How long was this one? This was, I guess, what, 18 minutes? Something like that? 17 minutes? I guess just the start. I did write a few notes, you know, afterwards in my break after recording the reaction. But production-wise, there's like two things I like a lot. One is the music. I kept saying this throughout. The music is so damn good. In two regards. One is the actual tone of it. I like a lot. Like it very much sets the tone of the show, of the episode, which is like the somberness, the seriousness, the emotionality of it. You know, I could easily imagine you adapting this story in a very different way. Now, obviously, I haven't seen the original, so I have no idea what that kind of the tone of that is. But I could imagine if you used much more lighthearted or like comedic music, I could definitely see this be interpreted in more of a comedic light, like all the other kind of like adaptations, or the majority that have been done for this this anthology series here. But I really appreciated this tone. It's much more serious than all the other ones. It's interesting. Yeah, interesting. I liked it a lot. The second element of the music is I mentioned this briefly a few times, but the chanting or the like, I don't know how to describe beyond chanting. It's not really chanting, but it's like these voices that are singing a song, but they're singing it in like a kind of interesting, cool way. I don't know what to say. I'm sure I pointed it out, unless it got cut out because of copyright or anything. But that happened a few times in this. I thought it was super cool, so I like that a lot. But the other production thing I liked a lot, and I also said this in the reaction, so I don't know why I'm bothering to say it here. Colors and the directing of the sword scene, where all the swords are like flying around the world. I thought it was so cool. It just visually, it looks really, really cool. Obviously, like I said, reminds me of this Revolutionary Girl Utena scene that happens in that show. But it looked really cool in this. I liked it so much. So production-wise, fantastic. Concept-wise, which is, I guess, something you would accredit to Fujimoto here, there's two concepts I like a lot. One is the prophecy element. I like whenever stories have a prophecy element, and it was here where it's like the prophecy of this girl. Like, is she going to be the devil? Is she going to be just a normal person? Is the prophecy made up? Like, I was invested the whole time trying to figure it out, trying to understand, Nayuta as a person, which is, I guess, one of the big themes here. So that's one thing that I like, the concept. The other thing is I just generally like the concept of Nayuta. Like this devil who is, well, not necessarily a devil, but like a person who is born with horns that kill their mother or like pierce the womb or whatever, who has no human heart and speaks gibberish. I like it. I don't have like a big reason for liking it. I think it's a really cool concept. I like it because it's cool. Fujimoto has a bunch of cool concepts like this, and this is definitely, one of his best, I think. Yeah, really cool. Now, the final thing I wanted to talk about was spoilers for Chainsaw Man, the manga specifically. So if you haven't read Chainsaw Man, skip this. But I feel like most people have, I guess most people have probably seen Chainsaw Man if you're watching this Fujimoto thing, but maybe you haven't read it, so skip this if you haven't. But obviously, this is incredibly, this has to be the fun. I'm assuming this came out, obviously, before Chainsaw Man, but this has to be like a very, very clear prototype, or even potentially more of a thoroughly explored version of what happens with the end of Chainsaw Man with Denji and Nayuta instead of, what was it? What were the character names in this? Yeah, Denji and Nayuta instead of Kenji and Nayuta, very clear. But obviously what happens at the end of Chainsaw Man Part 1 is Makima, the control devil, the incarnation of evil that we see, our greatest villain who does so much damage and emotional torment to Denji, and the person we hate the most and is the most evil, literal evil person ever, more evil than the Darkness Devil, pure evil. And then she gets reincarnated as a little girl called Nayuta, and Denji adopts her as his like kind of daughter or like little sister, I guess, probably more so little sister if I'm watching something like this, the direct reference, I guess. And the conclusion that we get at the end of Chainsaw Man is that Denji should shower this little girl with hugs. And the way to prevent another Makima from coming into existence is by loving the person that is around you, providing her a good home, providing her someone who will look after her, I like this. This is a concept that whenever it's done in anything, obviously for me right now, the only thing that comes to mind is Chainsaw Man, but that really got to me in Chainsaw Man. It really got to me in this. I like it a lot. Just the idea that everyone is a product of their environment. The literal devil could be born into your mother's womb, but as long as they're raised in a good home, they can turn out to be an okay person. They could even turn out to be the best person in the world, I like it. It's really cool. Yeah. So what an interesting prototype of Chainsaw Man. It's funny. I guess it's unfair to probably call it a prototype. It's not really. Like, this concept is explored more here than it is probably in Chainsaw Man. It is, I guess it's more so of a funny, like, inside joke, I guess, for, like, Fujimoto. Not really inside, because, like, obviously neither of the prophecy was published before Chainsaw Man was written, but you get to the end of Chainsaw Man, and you're like, man, what should I name Denji's little sister? What if I name it Nayuta? What if I have the ending be the same ending as, like, that Nayuta of the prophecy thing? And it's, like, a little cute reference to, like, his old story, but it also works in, like, the concept of Chainsaw Man, or, like, the context of Chainsaw Man. That's the better word for it. Interesting. I don't know. I like this a lot. This is probably, no, I think the last two have probably been ones that I really want to see the manga for. This one I also want to see it a lot as well, but probably not the most, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's it. Nayuta the Prophecy. Let's move on. So now we have the final episode, which is Sisters. What a simple title. Let's get right into it. Cool POV shot. Cool yellow shoes as well. Shoes seem to be very important. Or maybe the direction you're moving is more important, like symbolically. Wow. Oh, cool point of view animation. My god. Well, gotta take it into your own hands, tear it down yourself. I don't know. Oh my god. Say don't wash your brushes here? I wonder why. Oh my god. This is like the nightmare scenario. I mean, obviously that's the point, I guess, but... I wonder if it's censored in the manga like this. I guess that's the joke? I don't know. Kind of looks like Asa. Her sister, that is, little sister. Actually, she looks more like Nayuta. No, she looks like Asa. That's a lot of light, my goodness. That's real. That's how you draw. You do little sketches on a piece of paper with a pencil. What a strange voice selection for this character, like voice actor. Where the light is like cracking me up. I mean, it's funny. I've never seen this type of censorship before. I love it. What a great idea. Did they drift apart because her art got better than hers or something? Yeah, I'm guessing, so I'm guessing it's what I said. She starts getting better than her and then she's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Is it, she's reinvigorated her passion? Or desire to get better? Oh my god, I've had those in my old house. Wait, is it gonna be good or bad? I'm so curious. Oh, we'll never see it, maybe. Like graduating, I'm guessing? Yep. Is she gonna go to art school? Wait, she drew herself? That's very funny. We're moving forward in life. Point of view shots of the shoes. Well, that was, I don't know. I don't think I really liked that one much, which is interesting. I think it was fine. Like, I don't have a big problem with it. I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 or something, I think. Like, all of these episodes have been, I think, at least 3 out of 5, and this is probably the worst of them all. I truly don't have much to say. It's like a cute story about like 2 sisters, and I mean, I can summarize the premise, but that's not really going to be saying much. I just don't have much to say. I guess one thought I had initially was like, oh, it like feels, at the beginning, it feels like, oh, we're doing like a look back prototype thing. Like if Nayuta or the Prophecy is like a prototype for like the end of Chainsaw Man or like some stuff there, then maybe this is like a prototype for look back. But like as you go on, it's like not really. It's like maybe at the surface of it's like a little bit, but at its core, this is like a episode about sisters, I guess, more so. I like the directing, I would say. Like I like there's a bunch of POV shots. I like the general concept. Like I think it's a cool concept. I guess I just didn't really feel much. Like there are 2 sisters. And there is like a little bit, like I get it intellectually, I guess a little bit, where it's like, I guess like the strongest thing this episode did was the idea of like, well, I was gonna say, it is the idea of the older sister starting out much better, and then the younger sister catching up and then overtaking her, and then that kind of discouraging her. Like it's good, I like it. I've seen it in like a million things before. I think it was done well here. I think like the metaphor of the running went on for a little bit too long. Just like, I was like, I get it. Like eventually she's gonna overtake her. Like, can we hurry up this up a little bit? Hurry this up a little bit, but I don't know, it was fine. I don't have too much to complain about. It was fine. You know, we love Fujimoto. We love anime. Okay, let's just do a tier list. Why not? So, let's see if I can recognize all of these. So this was a couple of clucking chickens are in the schoolyard or something like that is what it was called. I thought this was cool. I remember, let me think, it's been a while. I like the world. I like the story. I like the animation. Like, it was very well animated, I think. The premise carries it very far, actually. Like, the concept of having these chicken, like, these humans wearing a chicken suit and then running away from aliens. Like, I like it. I'd probably give it an A. I like that quite a lot. Sasuke Stop the Bullet, S. I love Sasuke Stop the Bullet. Like, just the concept of, I mean, it's like, it was fun, it was funny, it was absurdist. But the thing that really got to me is the idea of nothing is truly impossible. I mean, there are some things that are impossible, right? Like, the radius of a circle will never exceed the diameter or whatever, but, the idea that you shouldn't discourage someone just because they say something that is absurdly unlikely or very, very unlikely, you know, just like believe they can do it, and if they can't, then you know what, whatever, it is what it is, you know. I like Sasuke Stop the Bullet, it was really good. Okay, I'm not gonna remember the name for this, let me look it up. I believe this was Love is Blind. I remember thinking this was very funny, so I'd probably give this an A. Of the whole lot of them, it was probably the funniest. And that's probably what it had going for it the most. And it had like a cute ending with like the aliens, the confession kind of stopping the aliens from destroying Earth. I liked it. It was cute. I give it an A. Oh my god, actually now that I'm thinking of, these are all going to be like really good. This vampire one was great. Directing wise, it was really cool. Animation wise, it was really cool. I like the upbeat nature of this like serial killer girl. I like the little story at the end where they're like reuniting and they're like on the same, or like like the love interest thing, I think, right? Like the immortal vampire finding someone that interests him, you know? I don't know. I like it a lot. A mermaid one is probably, I don't know, there was some stuff I liked in this quite a lot. I'd probably put it in C tier. it was like I was more invested in the second half. The first half less so. I didn't land too much emotionally, but it was good. Like I generally liked it. To be honest, I could probably put it in B. Then we have the I woke up as a girl syndrome or something, which is, this was the best, like visually, I think. Like this looked really, really good. And just execution-wise, concept-wise, I guess I just reviewed it, so I don't know why you listen to this, but I'd put that in S as well. I liked it a lot. Then we have Nayuta of the Prophecy, also S. This gave me the most to think about, the most interesting probably of the whole bunch. Directing-wise, really cool, especially the sword scene. We'll put it in S. And then we have the Sisters one, which is easily, I think, for me, the weakest. It didn't really land at all. I'll put it in C. So there we go. Quick tier list. Let me zoom in. I hope you're happy. Anyway, that was Tatsuki Fujimoto, 17 to 26. Now, look forward to me potentially making a video where I talk about the manga. Let me know if you, I guess, leave a comment if you want me to do that. I probably will anyway. You know, I love Fujimoto. I'm interested to see how these original stories looked, but thank you for watching.